kill you? What would I do without you? Go back to ripping off mob dealers? No, you complete me. They're schemers. Schemers trying to control their little worlds. I'm not a schemer.
Everyone thinks they'll be the one to defeat me. But no one's escaped me yet.
Antagonist comes from the word antagonistis, which means opponent, rival, villain. Screenwriter John York said that the antagonist is the sum total of all the obstacles that obstruct the character. Meaning that his role is to stop the protagonist from achieving his goal. The antagonist is the driving force behind the main conflict. Over time, the role of the antagonist has grown significantly, and writers add more and more depth to the characters. Antagonist is not only to prevent the main characters from achieving the goal, but also to find their own, be it power, revenge, or plunging the world into total chaos. The main premise of the antagonist is that he is always stronger than the protagonist at the beginning. What would be the point if the antagonist was defeated at the beginning of the story? Either he was weaker or had less ambition than our hero. If the protagonist is a hero saving the world, then a villain must want to burn it. Also, only the main character is able to defeat the antagonist for good. This is the most important fight in the whole story, and it should be done as well as possible. Our protagonist is pushed to achieve a certain goal. His determination and dedication are put to the test the appearance of the main villain. It is up to the creator whether the character starts with achieving his goal, or the goal might be to destroy the antagonist. One thing is certain. The most important thing is to make it difficult for the hero to achieve his goal in every worst way. Because if they both have different ambitions, then what is the conflict?
You really gotta stop losing that. Playing my video. Inviting me on the show. You just wanted to make fun of me. You're awful.
Fictional stories of villains may provide a safe haven for you to explore a darker side of the personality. The sense of safety may come from the fact that there is a psychological distancing between you and the villain. If they live outside of the law, they embrace it, and don't have to live with constraints of rules and regulations. Villains are powerful, and they show off their power in ways that heroes don't.
You found your gun. And I'm loading it.
Nowadays, we want more than black and white characters who are either good or evil by nature. We require heroes with flaws, fight to achieve their goals, and complex villains with their own stories and themes that make them more human. No, the viewer identifies more with the villain than with the heroic protagonist who believes in good. Today, I will show you types of villains that will help you tell them apart.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment.
First on the list is mirror villain. This opposite of the hero. It shares certain traits, values and/or methods. This type shares unique and close relationships to protagonists. Not only they are making external plot with him, but also internal conflict with the development of antagonist himself. They reveal hero worst side only to show that they are the same. I can make the whole essay describing this villain. Joker is one of the best antagonists in Batman and easily my favorite villain in Saga.
You need an ace in the hole. Mine's Harvey.
He is intelligent and has enough persuasion to bend people to his will. His main goal is to make world burn. The character is often listed as one of the greatest and most iconic villains in the film and popular culture, and has become one of the most notable media adaptations of the Joker.
Man, listen to me.
This is not about my life or Cooper's life. This is about all mankind. There is a moment.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watched sea
Have noble qualities, values and goals. They are the only good features of the anti-villains. The way they pursue their goals is often questionable and even disgusting. What they have in common with the villains is that they stand in the way of the hero, but they are not necessarily evil. They are interesting characters because they are not good or bad. You could say they are morally grey. Their history is revealed by their motives and shows their social phase. Even though the viewer will support the main character in achieving his goal, he will show sympathy for this type of the character. When comparing anti-villain to anti-hero, the viewer wants to see such characters fail, yet their traits usually leaves viewers torn apart. In contrast, an anti-hero is a character that is rooted for, even when they are flawed and have less noble qualities, or lack the traits of not traditional hero.
It's funny. When I left Earth, I thought I was prepared to die. The truth is, I never really considered the possibility that my planet wasn't the one.
Is the main antagonist of the 2014 film Interstellar. He is the leader of Project Lazarus, who was sent to catalog habitat worlds to ensure humanity's survival. However, after realizing the mission was failure, he opted to survive by any means and become a leader of mankind's new homeworld. When he arrived on an empty planet, he knew it was over. He resisted the temptation for years, but in the end, he wanted to be saved.
Jim Hawkins.
Jimbo. Now don't be too put off by this punk.
It's more like an idea, rarely used in filmography. The fake antagonist's job is to confuse the viewer while the real villain is in the dark. There are no bad intentions, but it seems to work against the protagonist. The false antagonist works great with the hidden antagonist, making the viewer very confused. It's the main antagonist of Disney's 43rd full-length animated feature film, Treasure Island. Couple words about this movie. This great piece of animation that needs better recognition. The characters is very unique and the story is great. I recommend this movie if you haven't watched it. Moving on, John Silverhand is a cybernetic pirate captain who spends most of his life fighting treasure planet and achieving wealth. Silver is two-sided. On one side, he is greedy and ruthless, seeking to dispose of anyone who gets in his way in getting the treasure. On the other, he has soft side to Jim Hawkins and forms an father-son-like bond with him. It was thanks to Jim that Silver begins to slowly redeem himself. One of the scarier types of antagonist. Why? I'm not talking about an individual or a group here, but something far worse. Natural disasters, hurricanes, storms, water blizzards, tsunamis with also deadly diseases or simply old age. All supernatural phenomena fall into this category. You can't fight it or stop the flow. Often the hero can only run away or accept his fate. Reasons why we are so scared about this one is because we often are viewers of even victims of these catastrophes. The worst part about this movie is the fact that nature is so powerful that humans can only watch the world becoming dust. Sometimes a protagonist is their own worst enemy. In character-driven stories, the primary source of the conflict isn't an external antagonist, but rather an internal obstacle that hinders our characters from finding happiness or success. Mostly, it's feeling that we are hiding or emotion that is boiling inside us, just waiting to come out.
Look around. I see a lot of new faces. Shut up! Which means a lot of you have been breaking the first two rules of Fight Club.
The antagonist and the protagonist at the same time. The conflict between the protagonist and himself is well portrayed by the film. Tyler Durden wanted so badly to be someone he imagined that he became his dream version of himself. Smarter, stronger, better.
Why would anyone possibly confuse you with me?
That's what he became, creating an underground club and leading to an attack of an entire city, which he succeeds in doing. The director did a great job of portraying the problem as two main characters working together. The viewer has a real impression that he is watching two different characters leading to a catastrophe.
This is where the fun begins.
Let them pass between us.
An antagonistic hero or heroic antagonist is a character who is in the opposition of the protagonist. Yet, he is heroic in nature. This is usually due to the protagonist being a villain protagonist, and not the anti-hero type either, but a true villain. This is one of those instances where the transformations into a villain was not unexpected to numerous individuals, but affected plenty of fans on a deeper level of emotion. Anakin Skywalker was just a little child when his prequel trilogy started, plucked from his existence as an underling with the intent to train as a Jedi. Everyone was aware that this was the tale of how the young boy evolved into Darth Vader, and how his metamorphosis was finalized in Revenge of the Sith. The fact that Anakin has built himself a hero in the previous films, while knowing it, it would occur makes it much more difficult to see his degradation, and given his bond with Obi-Wan, it is extremely heartbreaking.
It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them! Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness!
But what about real villains?
For clues, though the three faces of the men he was talking to were blurred and the background bare. The best chance of